Saturday, the 22nd of October. Trust you're having a good afternoon from wherever you are watching us. This is the Weekend at 1. My name is Michelle Ngele. Our sign language interpreter is Meresha Owiti. Over 100 prisoners have been released from the Kingongo GK prison in Nyeri following the directive by President Uhuru Kenyatta that was issued during the Mashujaa Day celebrations in Machakos County. The prisoners walked to freedom from the mighty gates of Kingongo prison, where they expressed their joy of being free men and gratitude to the president for the consideration. The prisoners said that the skills acquired in prison, such as carpentry, tailoring, and a general industrial knowledge, will assist them adapt to their new life after prison. They also promised to be law-abiding citizens, having gotten a new lease of life.
Nimekuwa prison for 1 year. Nilifungwa last year December tarehe 17th. Lakini saa hii nimefunguliwa, niko free, nimerekebika na nitafurahia kwa ujibu wa president jana. Alisema tuachiliwe na kwa uhakika tumeachiliwa. Kwa uhakika nikiwa hapa prison nimesoma mambo mingi, nimesoma theory ya Biblia yenye ningesoma huko kwa pesa, lakini hapa nimepata free. Niko na certificate ya Road Kenya ya ukulima na niko na courses nyingi sana nimesoma hapa.
Nilishikwa na tulikuwa tumepigana na kazini ya bwana yangu. Nikafungwa miezi 6. Sasa nimeenda 3. Nitaambia Uhuru nimeshukuru na serikali imenisaidia kwa ajili kama ningekuwa wangenichukua ningekufa madam.
Political parties have been asked to create an environment within their structure that will increase the number of women in political positions. Women aspirants from Siaya, Kisumu and Kakamega counties say most political parties in the country favor male politicians. The women from the 3 counties were speaking in Kisumu after a 3-day training on women leadership organized by Action Aid and the National Women Steering Committee.
I want to believe this 2017 the coming election, the women are going to get most of the seats. And one thing I know that we are really working with the other organization, the CEOs, the CSOs that are there.
Women must come up. Like right now, the way we are seated here, many of us are going for the same position. It is allowed. Let the winner take it all. But remember the nomination processes. Remember that fact. The violence that mars it. Remember the finances. It is never fair if there is a free and fair field.
Well, still in politics, just what did CODECO principal Kalonzo Musyoka mean when he said that those who have betrayed their constituents have signed their political obituaries? Was he talking about Wiper members of parliament who've defected to Jubilee, or was he talking about a different class of politicians? Well, KTN's Linda Ogutu now looks at the political undertones in what was said and what was seen at the Machakos Mashujaa Day celebrations.
The presence of Kalonzo Musyoka and Moses Wetangula at Mashujaa Day celebrations may have meant little or nothing to many, but political analysts say there's a lot of political undertones in what was said, how it was said, and where it was said.
Lakini wale ambao wamesaliti imani ya wananchi, Mheshimiwa Rais, don't be surprised if they all go home next year.
That was the message that Kalonzo Musyoka had for members of his party who have decamped to Jubilee in recent months. Yay! At the recent launch of the new Jubilee Party, some of his party members danced to the Jubilee tune, and now political analyst Danson Omari says Kalonzo's words may hold true under one condition.
If he is going to be given a ticket for CORD, then the 11 and other MPs plus governor and the others who have moved to Jubilee, they have signed their obituary, which can be true if indeed he is given the CORD ticket. If he does not get the ticket, then he himself has already signed his death certificate because he will be irrelevant. Musalia has made Wetangula irrelevant. Musalia has made Kalonzo irrelevant. The only solution for them is to fight to get into Jubilee. And if that is the position, the question is it calculated to displace the deputy president as a running mate of one, the President Uhuru Kenyatta?
They say the devil is in the detail, and Omari says that the fact that the two opted to attend the function in the absence of CORD leader Raila Odinga, who is out of the country, will get tongues wagging for a while.
Was Kalonzo and Wetangula's position there an indication that they are running away from Raila Odinga to join Jubilee? Was the kind of respect and dignity that they were given call anybody to look at it from a different angle?
However, it is what the president said that got some thinking.
Ndugu yangu Mheshimiwa Kalonzo Musyoka, nataka nimwambie wote ni wangu, hata wewe ni wangu.
Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is a man who has been in government for years and has walked the corridors of power in different positions, including the vice president of the country and foreign affairs minister.
Mimi niko tayari kuendelea kushirikiana na yeyote yule ambaye atanihakikishia kwamba mimi Kalonzo sitakuwa mahali nilipo katika opposition.
One Kalonzo Musyoka has no gravitas. 11 MPs have run away from him. Is it that they ran away or they went to create room for him? Remember, when he made his speech yesterday, the president was very clear that, yes, those are my people, and you, Kalonzo, you are mine. Which can mean one way, we have a working relationship. Kalonzo, you are welcome back. But I know strategically for now, it's not ripe for you to say you've moved to Jubilee. When I look at the president's words and you look at CS Amina's exit strategy, all of a sudden the president and the deputy president are pushing so hard to get CS Amina appointed as the AU boss. By dint of that, if that happens, then we will have one CS position being vacant. Strategically, that CS position is a foreign affairs cabinet secretary. One, Kalonzo Musyoka, has always been a foreign affairs minister in the old regime. Is this position being created for one Musyoka? And if that is a position, if he lands in that position, it might be that it is for a bigger position.
It is under a year to the general election and political realignments are expected, but the three CORD leaders have appeared at major functions with the president on several occasions this year, and it is not clear yet what the Mashujaa Day events will mean for the opposition code. Linda Ogutu, KTN News.
The government has set aside 300 million shillings towards compensating landowners where construction of a massive Koru Dam will be put. National Lands Commission Chair Mohamed Swazuri, who toured the site, announced that deliberations are ongoing to ensure a win-win situation for both the government and the landowners. The dam is expected to benefit farmers in Koru alongside supplying water to Kisumu County.
This is a normal process that the Commission undertakes whenever there is a compulsory requisition for any projects in this country. You see, the entire Commission is here. We have the county assistant county commissioner, the area chiefs, and so on, whom we always work together with in order to ensure that these projects are well implemented. So I think we, as far as we are concerned, we have done our work. There are issues by the local people, especially the fact that this land was in a certain.
Now, the back-breaking work of digging up stones, crushing them and shaping them requires a great deal of resilience. And such is the nature of the job at stone quarries that are largely thought to be a preserve of the men. But in Kieni, in Nyeri County, the women there are giving the men a run for their money. And as KTN News reporter Carol Nderi tells us, it takes the women 2 weeks to fill up a 7-ton lorry with the crushed stones for a paltry 3,000 shillings. Take a look.
Sound of a hammer is the welcoming sound at the Gatei Quarry Mines in Nyeri County. The miners diligent and in deep concentration as they meticulously shape the stones. The vast quarries are the source of livelihood for many, a young man from this part of the county that is registered as semi-arid as it falls on the leeward side of Mount Kenya. This means that agricultural activities are limited here, leaving the young men to scramble for the quarries. But not just the young men. Women too have not shied away from engaging in this back-breaking work that might be perceived as a preserve for men.
Tunabebaga hii mawe, tunapeleka bahari, tunaweka, tunapiga mawe, tunapata nini pesa ya kupea watoto chakula kama ya shule.
Now, definitely, the resilience seen through these women is amazing. Charity Wandia does back-breaking work, and this is what just a few of the women here at the Gakei quarries are willing to go. The extra length to be able to fend for their families. It is not an easy job for a woman, but they say they have to do what they have to do so that their children can feed.
Chagoto, napiga wiki mbili na ni kazi gumu sana kwa sababu ninabeba mashere alafu ninaweka kwa kiwaja. Alafu ni gumu kwa sababu hata kulikuwa na mvua na nyesewa hapo.
Nimefanya miaka mingi sana. Kama 20. Hakuna kitu nimepata. Kwa vile tulikuwa tumefinyiwa.
The women are sometimes forced to come with their young ones who have to bear the scorching sun as mommy gets the work done. There is no money for daycare or a nanny to mind the children while their mother works. Wangui has dug up stones for 2 years now and takes her a lengthy 2 weeks to fill up a 7-ton lorry for which she gets a paltry 3,000 shillings. Right beside the women, the men are hard at work too. The biggest complaint is the poor pay they receive for their toil and hard labor. A large number of the young men who were attacked by the Al-Shabaab militia in past incidents in Mandera's quarries had hailed from Chaka here in Kieni. The pay in Mandera was better, they say.
Kama huko iko bei kali juu ni 40 bob. Na huko ni shilingi 6.
Kazi za ukulima ni fiyu muno. Kazi za kufanya biashara ziko lakini zinahitaji capital.
Proper legislation for starters will go a long way in helping them out. Carol Nderi, KTN News, Chaka Quarries, Nyeri County.
Retired President Daniel Moi has urged health workers in Kenya to take the health of Kenyans seriously. Moi was speaking during the official opening ceremony of the Kabarak University School of Medicine and Health Sciences building. The 40,000 square feet ultra-modern learning complex will have 36 lecture halls, 8 new labs and offices for the teaching staff. The former president further encouraged current and prospective healthcare professionals to utilize the facility to advance knowledge and provide quality health education and research.
Health remains a significant pillar in Kenya's Vision 2030 for attaining a healthy and productive nation. Kabarak University School of Medicine and Health Sciences will support this vision through capacity building to increase human resource of the health services sector.
By introducing this School of Medicine and Health Science, and it will make us even more prouder. You have established centers of employment. This will create employment for many, many people.
It is amazing, Your Excellency, that when many leaders fill pages and pages of newspapers with empty rhetoric, Your Excellency are busy, quietly changing the world.
As a School of Medicine and Health Science, we cherish the following values: scholarship, teamwork, leadership, professionalism, integrity, caring, compassion, and academic excellence.
With depressed rainfall being experienced in several parts of the country, an acute drought has hit northern Kenya. Experts are now working to develop crop varieties that can withstand harsh weather conditions. Here's more.
Local stakeholders are striving to reverse the status quo on food insecurity, despite Kenya being ranked 83rd out of the 113 food insecure countries on the Global Food Security Index. Affordability, availability, quality and safety are key indicators of food security, and various experiments are being conducted to improve the matter. A tour at the Kenya Agricultural and Livestock Research Organization field in Makueni and Trans Nzoia counties has revealed the progress of the ongoing harvest on maize crop that has been undergoing research set up to counter drought and pests. Terming the experiment as a success, Murenga Mwimali, who is the country coordinator for water-efficient maize for Africa, says government agencies should allow the variety to be tried in open fields so as to reach the farmer.
Such that we can then contribute the products, put the product in the pipeline in terms of KFIS regulation, in terms of NBA approvals and on safety and the likes, and then we look forward to having the product with the farmer.
Murenga notes that key strides have been realized as research findings continue to help boost food security. The experiment has since been declared a successful innovation which should be developed to solve problems.
And this one is the one which had the gene. As you can see, it didn't have any insect damage. And it's very good for consumption. No mycotoxin will lead to aflatoxin and those kind of diseases.
Bruce Annan, who is an entomologist with International Maize and Wheat Improvement Center, said that the STARK experiment has shown that the maize variety was not affected by pests as compared to some varieties which are in the market.
Right, you're watching The Weekend at 1. Let's take a short break now. Don't go too far. We have so much more on the other side. Welcome back. Glad you're watching The Weekend at 1. Ethiopian authorities have detained more than 1,600 people under the state of emergency. A statement quoted by state-affiliated FBC website lists arrests in the Oromia and Amhara regions, which have recently seen massive demonstrations. A 6-month state of emergency was declared in the face of a wave of unprecedented anti-government protests. Under the emergency measures, people can be detained without an arrest warrant for the duration of the state of emergency. The arrests have been in at least 5 places, including Shoshamene, 250 kilometers south of the capital, Addis Ababa. Some business people have been detained for closing shops, as have 3 teachers for abandoning school.
The government is not using extreme force. Wherever there is any unproportional use of forces or excessive use of forces, we make those groups, be it our security forces, to be accounted for.
The African Union mission in Somalia, AMISOM, is conducting training for Somali police officers in Mogadishu to enhance their capacity to secure the 2016 electoral process. The first batch of officers drawn from various police stations in the city commenced the training organized by AMISOM Police and supported by the United Nations Development Program UNDP and funded by the Japanese government. Among the topics officers will be taken through are the importance of elections and election security, voting systems, electoral justice, and the role of police and security forces before, during, and after elections. Others are election security targets, threat assessment, and security measures to counter identified threats.
You must be alert, you must be approachable, and you must be vigilant. Vigilant because there are spoilers who do not want the elections to come off and will try to derail the electoral process. This, as police forces, as security forces, you must not allow to happen. The successful conduct of the general elections would constitute a big step forward in the peace process and in the progress of Somalia towards the attainment of normalcy, development, and stability.